Today's show is sponsored by Roger Daltrey's Discount Poultry. It's not fit for human consumption. This is the technical difficulties with playing Citation Needed. I have an almost randomly selected article from everybody's favourite reliable source of knowledge, Wikipedia, and these folks can't see it. Every fact that they get right gets a point and a ding, and there's a prize for particularly good answers, which is... Mystery Biscuits! Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a button.
Yeah, the thing is, when you whack that behind you, 3 chickens just shot in the air, firing feathers off.
Well, if it's discount poultry, there's only so many things you can do with it.
Irate, pissed off prog rock member.
Stay away from my chicken farm.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yes! We've started!
Oh dear. He does actually have a salmon farm though, doesn't he? That's what he retired to do.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he retired to farm salmon.
It's salmon or trout. It's a fish.
Oh yeah, fish might be trout.
So are we arguing about the kind of fish that the member of the Who is currently engaged in farming?
Somewhere down the line, Roger Daltrey is just a fish farmer now.
What do you think? Like that, like you give fish, you give them playthings, don't you? Like a castle or something. Do you think they've got a Rolls Royce in it? Yeah, that's a Keith Moon gag, everyone.
Yeah, it's okay. I was going to help there. But it'd be brilliant if it was a proper sort of rock star style fish farm instead, just some square lake in a field, proper glass-sided house or some mansion house.
Oh yeah,
just sealed at the windows, and just people walking past with just trout banging up against the glass.
And the fish have got a gigantic people tank.
I change the air all the time. Feed them bacon bits.
I've given him a castle to live in and walk out of, and a giant skull that spits water at him.
I want to be in a people tank.
Join the army.
Matt. You are, Matt. You already are.
Oh yeah, it's a house.
Never thought of that. Yeah, houses are people tanks. You're right.
Oh, we need some fish outside looking in.
We could sort that out.
I was going to say, I can do some compositing work on this camera shot.
Excellent.
That has to happen. No, I just want fish to walk past, bow tie, bowler hat, kid in a pram.
You want a fish to walk past?
There's no water out there, is there, dickhead?
So I'll have to lob it and it'll just slide.
Somebody offshore just hoying fish past the glass.
What did we do at Pits off Grimsby?
Well,
where do you start? Yeah, I know.
Do you want to get to the game at some point?
Yeah.
Talk about Roger Daltrey's fish farm.
Just get Roger Daltrey up on the PD.
Our topic today is the big lobster. Which I swear I picked before we went off on the Roger Daltrey fish farm.
Oh, the big lobster. Actually sounds like a New Orleans gangland boss's name, doesn't it?
whereas I was going for a restaurant.
Maybe the two are the same.
New Orleans gangland themed restaurant.
No,
Not themed, it's a front.
Oh,
it's a front,
okay.
obviously,
owned
for
restaurant.
the gigantic man-sized lobster that lives within.
Now. You're looking a bit bigger than man size here.
Bigger than a lobster, bigger than a man.
Yeah.
A lobster the size of a bear.
We'd have known about this. It would have walked over Tokyo by now.
It did. They just cleaned up after it.
I just got the thought of the actual film version of the bloke dressed as the giant lobster. Everybody is giving it that. All these lobsters coming in here giving it that. Ladies and gentlemen, may I congratulate us on the first visual gag of the technical difficulties.
First ever visual gag. Chin chin.
Okay, so it may not be an actual alive lobster. It's
Really? You reckon?
Is this one of these American things where some state's got an enormous glass fibre one to celebrate the fact there was once one there?
Oh, you're right. It's not America.
Is it in
America's
fact Australia?
either? Just give away that with the...
Is it in the Tyrol of Austria? just on the side of a mountain. Why have you got this lobster? We stole it from Australia. That's the worst accent ever. That's not from anywhere.
It teaches them the folly of their ways, Hans. From its
I say this lobster is a lesson to the whole world.
from its claws will come fondue.
So, do you want any more Austrian stereotypes? Do you want like a cuckoo clock?
Yes.
Out of its mouth?
Yes.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I just like the idea of a lobster doing a sort of alien deal just with a cuckoo clock.
Can you imagine Alien with a cuckoo clock?
Dramatic mute slime dripping up.
Just the tension before that scene as it's coming closer and closer and closer.
They
3 o'clock, everybody.
He just hands over this note saying, "Mr. Jones, you are late for your 2:30 appointment." Thank you, Miss Smith.
Sorry, have we gone alien cuckoo clock bearing Siri? Is that what we're talking about?
Steampunk Siri.
Sorry, Steampunk Siri is a butler.
I'm sorry, I couldn't send that telegram just now. I'll try again later.
Completely forgets about it. So, Siri, would you fetch me some tea? I don't understand what you mean. Would you like me to call Tim? No, fetch me some tea.
To activate him, you just press his crotch.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Can I help you, sir? Keeps going off in your pocket a lot as well. Actually, I've got the thought of a butler walking up. Diddy. Walk up.
You can get different voices for it. You just swap out the butler.
He's got a generic man and a generic woman.
Yeah.
That he can
If you go outside the city, he just stops working.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
The big
Giant
lobster.
the big lobster.
The
Everybody.
big lobster. Does anyone want to take a guess at what it's nicknamed?
Big Red.
It's got a name.
Rudy.
Lobby.
Lobby McLoblob.
Lobby is a lot closer than Rudy. We're looking for a name that starts with L.
Are we talking
Larry.
Larry the Lobster. Spot on. Point.
Oh, well done, sir. I was going to say if it's Australian, I'm going to go for Lobbo or something like that.
Castlemaine 4X brings you Lobbo, the fast bowling giant lobster. Queensland, you're for it.
It's actually in South Australia, so that's pretty accurate, really. You just kind of...
It's just not even getting hotter and hotter. Going from blue to red.
I thought you said you've been going hotter and hotter then. I thought we were going to get a police box strip team.
I'm bigger inside than outside.
Okay, so we're looking at an 18-metre high, 4-ton lobster here.
Is it standing on its
So
tail?
Brannon was surprisingly close with his first guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's one hell of a lobster roll.
And I'm actually giving you a point for standing on its... It was meant to rear up over the structure. And
Horse
then
style.
What stopped
It's a
it doing
horsey
that?
lobster.
Yeah, what stopped it from being built?
Terrifying the townsfolk, or is it near an airport or something stupid like that? So airport's going to get clipped on its big claws or something like that.
Planning permission.
Yes, the local council has stopped it. Point.
Someone's been-
Matt, you are getting all the points.
There's some local authority bloke sat there. Garage, extension, giant lobster.
Now, we like what you've done with the giant lobster. We're not saying that's a bad idea. What we don't like is having it rearing up over the whole township. I think you're going to see a lot of terrified folk there. We've all seen Godzilla.
We're all worried about what if it goes wrong.
We're known as a sunshiny country. What if somebody visits, they're stood in the shadow of the lobster? That's it. The tourism industry, it's over. We're going to have to lie your lobster down, mate.
That said, I'd just like to raise with the council the possibility of the shadow keeping tinnies cool.
It's this lobster outline for it. Oh, dear.
There is a local legend about why it's quite so big. Does anyone want to take a shot at what that might be?
Is it a Spinal Tap thing?
It absolutely is. Not quite that much. They apparently had the measurements in feet and then read them in metres.
Oh, okay, not a factor of 10 then.
No.
Brilliant. Someone just brings in a big lorry. Oh, mate, how big did you want it? Did no one, bollocks, did no one ring up and go, someone wants 100-metre lobster? Seems legit. There'll be no bath for the rest of Northwest Australia till we got the fiberglass on this.
Point, it's fiberglass and steel.
What are you going to use it for? Struth, I don't know. Keeping tinnies cool underneath its rearing body.
Okay, quick fire round. Australia has an enormous amount of big things.
Dickhead.
All right. And fun to the cutting room floor.
No,
it
that's
goes.
staying in. That is definitely staying
Sorry, Australia. Sorry.
Oh, like we hadn't alienated that audience enough with the bad accents.
The many accents.
And the
you've-
stereotypes.
Okay, careful, I'm about to start slating cricket as well.
I was just about to say, the hell with it. You can't play cricket.
On behalf of the technical difficulties team, I would like to apologise to all Australians. It is not our fault that you are convicts.
Oh! All right. Does anyone want to take...
Hey, on that would make a point though. Where I work in the heritage industry. We have records relating to transportees. My favourite reason for someone being transported to Australia goes as thus: it's in Ecclesfield, so just outside the old Sheffield region,
Oh, good Lord.
South Yorkshire, as represented by my good colleague.
Hello.
The guy was done for the theft of a duck. All right, basically, it's a three.
That's a good start.
It's a 3 strikes and you're out system.
A duck,
basically.
inherently funny animal.
Yeah, but you know, when you think about the lack of criminal detection at the time, the duck would have to have been in a bag quacking, and the guy caught doing it. Put it back. Next charge is also for theft of a duck. And the third one is theft of a duck. In the end, it turns out it's the same man's duck 3 times. In the end, I think he was transported just for being a hopeless case, quite frankly. Which I thought of being a ship. What did you do? I killed a man. What did you do? I stole a sheep. What did you do? No theft.
I stole the same duck.
Stole the same duck 3
times.
times.
For a point each, do you want to take a guess at some of the big things around Australia?
Platypus, wombat, kangaroo,
Hang on, I can... Yeah,
tin of beer.
Oh, platypus, yes. Tinny, yes.
Alice
I'm going to
Springs.
wombat. Alice Springs, no, but I'll give you a point because there is a big Uluru.
Oh, look, I was going to say Uluru.
That is actually a small Uluru.
I was going to say, is there a tiny?
It wasn't Uluru in Star Trek.
Yes, the Enterprise's communications officer that falls in love with Spock in the new movie is a massive rock.
That would be in a red dress.
Yes.
I just got the thought of like them walking along and just out of a rock just scraping along the floor behind. Yeah, other big things in Australia.
Bridge.
A barrier reef.
Okay, we're looking for models of things that have been blown up. Like I've personally been to the Big Pineapple, which is a big pineapple.
Sense of entitlement.
Marlin.
Yeah.
Yes, point. Oh,
Lego version of something.
nope.
Sydney Opera House. There's an even bigger version somewhere.
You've got the Sydney Opera House.
Actually, no. Sydney Harbour Bridge is a bigger version of the Monk Wearmouth Bridge in Sunderland.
Yes.
I don't know. Big what? If we're talking big fiberglass things in
Big
Australia.
fiberglass things in Australia.
Crab.
Yes, big mud crab in Cardwell.
Have they got a gigantic pie or something? I know pie and like pea liquor is quite popular in Sydney. It's the kind of thing I imagine a pie company would build.
Yep, the big pie is mounted above a 10-metre pole next to the car park of a drive-through pie shop.
Get it?
Drive-through pie
Pie
shop?
shop? We've got it wrong over here.
Yorkshire, Australia.
Australia, we take it all back. You've got a lot to teach
You've got a
us.
lot there. We want your knowledge of gigantic drive-through pie shops. I've had a
In fact, mystery biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a drive-through hot beef sandwich. That's the worst
You
one.
drove through a hot
That's a
beef
euphemism.
sandwich.
I know this before,
No,
but
there's
it's
a cafe.
euphemism.
It used to be a popular chain of takeaway restaurant. It was taken over by a local cafe company, and they just started flogging hot beef sandwiches out the window. You try eating a hot beef sandwich in a car.
No, it'll drip everywhere.
Exactly. Hot gravy down both your arms before a meeting.
Louisiana has drive-through daiquiri stalls. Like
What?
alcoholic. Because it's legal to have the alcohol in your car. It's not legal to drink it because it's an open container. So they give you the 2 pints of daiquiri and a straw,
Which they haven't pushed through the...
and then they sellotape over the little straw hole. So you can't put it in.
Arseholes.
Impossible. Cannot
Absolutely
defeat
impossible.
this.
Yeah.
I was driving in America a couple of weeks ago and filled up at the petrol station, and the entire, there are 2 queues.
Yeah.
And the dividing line between the queues, not a road barrier, crates and crates and crates of beer.
Australia has drive-through liquor stores as well. It's basically just a big shed filled on the interior with beer on all the walls. And then you drive in, you ask what you want, they load it in the back of your car, you pay, then you drive off.
This is why we're not allowed nice things, isn't it? We just abuse that in the way that they obviously somehow manage not to.
Well, we already abused the non-drive-through.
Yeah, I know that in Australia there was some race, like car racing thing, and they had to restrict it to just one slab, as they call it, of beer.
It's the 24 hours. What's the track called? It's the supercar 24 hour Bathurst. Bathurst 24 hours. So you're allowed 24 hours, 24 beers.
Yeah, it was
It's the rule.
But there was an outcry because they restricted it to one. That's 24 beers per person.
Yeah, 1 an hour per person.
But they said there was an outcry at just 24. No, but actually, no, fairness, I go about 1 tin per half hour. So, well, I've done it for,
Yeah,
for
but
24
I'd
hours.
say by
so
the end of the
seriously.
24th one, though,
While
you ain't going to be
driving.
asking for more.
Oh, yeah, while driving.
Yeah, that was the driver's meeting.
Come on, mate. Safety first.
Pit crew, possibly.
Oh, you want some more tyres? Oh, God.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Inches of tread left my off.
Rack off. We're going never allowed to go there, are we? That's my visa application. So we'll talk about the gigantic. Are we still talking about gigantic things in Australia?
Yes.
Cricket ball
Cricket
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
or bat?
Or stumps.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the big wickets in Westbury, located at the front of the local cricket
I don't want
pitch.
you to give me the big wickets.
Somewhere out there, through to a
Point.
nuclear accident, it's going to be a gigantic Fred Truman bowling at those
Yes.
Godzilla style.
Good Lord, that'd be brilliant.
Is there a big
So we'd
tank-
have to invade and bring him back. Repatriate giant Truman.
It's King Kong with pipe. Climbing the media centre at Lords, holding on to Jonathan Agnew like fair rays.
That is a man who does not follow cricket.
Big things in Australia. Aren't
Kangaroo.
I said that.
Did you?
Yeah, right near the start.
Point.
You ignored it.
Oh.
The big huggy thing that smells of piss and has an STD.
Koala.
Thank you.
Point.
Are you saying
In
koala?
fact, 2 points because there is the big koala and the giant koala.
Oh! The difference in size being?
Not much.
Kookaburra?
Oh, yeah, good one.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're pretty big anyway.
4.5 meters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
4.5
Yeah.
meters the big one. But yeah, they're actually hummingbirds.
Really?
No, the kingfishers.
Sorry, I meant king.
Hummingbird-sized kookaburra.
I like the idea of a kookaburra
Size
size hummingbird.
hummingbird.
Just sounds like a Huey coming through. Boom, 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 boom. For
There's a Vietnam vet just going back to the
I like the smell of kingfishers in the morning. Kookaburras in the morning.
I thought of the giant kookaburra model again, gigantic fiberglass, light up eyes, over a township squawking on the hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because they've got a real horrible grating
Yeah,
call
they have,
as well,
yeah.
haven't they?
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds a bit like kookaburra, doesn't it? And
Oh, of course,
What's
yeah.
the sound they use for the monkey in every jungle movie filmed before 1980? That kind of laughing monkey sound.
Yeah.
That's a kookaburra.
in a monkey costume.
Not even in shot. They just try and get it to feel the role, you know.
Flip the head back like a fag between takes.
I went to bloody RADA, love. I don't know why I do this.
The monkeys obviously had better unions.
The monkey film uni.
That's why they don't work these days. The kookaburras do all the monkey work.
On that note, congratulations to Chris stealing it at the last moment with an enormous number of big things.
Love it. You know it.
So congratulations, you win a DVD of the film where the singer of Purple Rain trades places with a peasant who looks just like him. It's the artist formerly known as Prince and the Pauper. Until next time, that's been Matt Gray. That's been Gary Brann. That's been Chris Joel. I've been Tom Scott. We'll see you next time. You made it through to the end. Well done. If you like this, then tell a friend, leave a comment, or send us a carrier pigeon. Plus, we've got all new episodes of our reverse trivia podcast at techdiff.co.uk.